And so, the members of Gary ride forth through the wild plains of York, striving to quest, to explore, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
In the age of heroes, 4 adventurers near the city of Samarkand in the disputed lands. Here they are. First, Gary Plasma.
Hey, everybody.
Describe yourself, Gary Plasma, in 200 characters.
Okay, well, my character, Gary Plasma, he's got like these star glasses on, you know plasma lamps, yeah?
Lava lamps.
Lava lamps, whatever, yeah. His hair is sort of like a lava lamp.
What? Oh, that's pretty cool.
His hair is like a lava lamp, and you see him like approaching out of the mists. His lava lamp hair,
glowing,
aglow, and he carries with him a 10-foot rod, which he uses.
That's a hell of a rod.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing a white sequin suit with sort of frayed sort of trousers, and yeah.
And that does give you an armour class of 11, yes.
It does. Yeah.
Next, Adam Baggerty.
Well, Adam Baggerty, he's lived a very long and horrible life. When he was born, he was a simpleton. At a very, very early age, his mum dropped him on his head. And from that point on, he lived until he was 12 years old as a very beautiful, yet sadly stupid boy. Then a very horny druid came to his farm one day and decided that he would grant Adam Baggerty with mystical powers and then do obscure things with him. Luckily, with Adam's new skills, he escaped, but since then he's lived with the shame that his power comes from the fact that he was assaulted by a very horny person.
Right, well, I think I need to come up with a backstory as well if I want to, rival that.
Rivaling child molestation. I think you can leave it. Next up, Frank the Nose Taylor.
Hello, I'm Frank the Nose Taylor. Good to meet you. Ex-darts player known berserk. That's the voice.
Wow. Wow.
Basically, he was an expert darts player, and he was on a professional tour. He got to the final, and then he lost, and became so angry that he gouged out his opponent's heart with his own darts. And then he was kicked out of the league, and now he seeks revenge, and he hunts down the mysterious head of the local darts board, known only as the director.
Wow.
Sounds like a bit of a badass.
On the contrary,
is
yeah.
Tiny Pants McGee.
Oh, well, Tiny Pants McGee, what a lad. He sadly suffered from leprosy.
He doesn't have a clue.
What race is he, Dan?
I think he's a halfling.
That is right. Well done.
Amazing.
Sadly, he suffered with leprosy his whole life, and so obviously he hasn't met that many people because most people are scared of him. They run away at the sight of him with his bandaged face and various appendages falling off all over the place.
Does he use them as weapons? Is that your main weapon, your arm?
No, he has a very good dart that he uses, which he found on the floor one day.
Right, what race are you two?
I'm a half-elf fighter.
Right.
And I am an elven wizard.
Brilliant. Okay, so why do you think you 4 came together? How did you all meet in the disputed lands?
Well, Gary Plasma was expelled from his half-elf society for inappropriate touching, and now he wanders the plains of Samarkand searching for love.
Well, Adam Baggerty, with the disturbed memories of the place he grew up, wanted to run away as quickly as he possibly could, and Samarkand, being the furthest away possible city, seemed like the perfect place to go.
But why are you 4 together? Are you together, or are you just walking down the street?
Well, I'm with Gary Plasma because I was so angry I just had to go to a bar, get myself completely drunk, and Gary Plasma found me in a gutter.
I saved him and
from drowning in human feces.
Right, so you two.
We're a couple.
Right. Oh. Okay.
We're married now.
Okay. And why are you with them?
Well, I using my powers of sight, I managed to see these people from far away, and as the events that ensued interest me quite a lot, I thought I'd find out what these people were like.
He just follows us, like, he always stays 10 metres behind us, because,
And
I don't need to get any closer to the child molester.
What? You saying that was me?
You look a bit like
Oh,
me.
you
saying that I'm a child molester?
Well, because he's a gnome, he assumes that he's a child. he sees you two snuggling away under in the camp together under a tent, and he thinks a bit of child molestation.
Yep, and we met Dan because
I mean, you mean Tiny Pants?
Yeah, Tiny Pants
Pants.
McGee. Yeah, we met because he's a bard, of course, and if you've ever played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you know what bards are like. Following around in the streets, trying to play a little tune.
Yeah, Dan just followed us around with trying to play his lute, but his arms kept falling off, so we took pity on him and took him into our group.
Arms kept
Pretty much.
falling off.
All the time.
You can
At least twice a week.
Sticks them back
No,
on.
it's like a starfish, he just grows them back.
Right.
That's the sound they make when they go back.
Brilliant.
So you're coming up the main road. It looks a bit worn, but it's not too bad. The surrounding area is filled with farms and holdfasts, which look fairly secure, if a bit deserted, and you can see coming up the city itself with its big old walls. There's a couple of caravans walking down. What are you going to do? Just walking down the city?
Can I try and like hop into a caravan, see where they're going?
What, are you going to sneak in, or are you going to
Yeah.
engage on the can?
Can I have a little sneak in,
Caravan.
see what's going on?
Sneak in? Okay, let's see what happens.
Begin the first roll.
You attempt to sneak in, but trip over yourself and hit your head on the side of the caravan, wounding yourself for 1 damage.
Brilliant. Ouch.
You're now on 10 hit points.
Help me, friends.
The caravaniers look round and they're so flabbergasted, they just stand there and watch you.
Will they take pity on Gary Plasma and help him up into their caravan?
Are you going to try and charisma them?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Hey, Mr. Monkey Man, take me aboard your wheeled machine.
What?
Oh, you're nice. Hello there. Would you like a ride aboard my caravan?
Oh, yes, please, Mr. Lady Man.
Okay, then hop aboard. Okay.
Brilliant. Lovely.
Gary Plasma gets taken aboard the caravan. Unfortunately, you other three didn't do anything during that.
You're just left behind.
So
I'm running after the caravan. Oh, you! I look a bloody radnal!
They can't hear you because you're so low down. What's Baggety doing at this time?
At this time, well, observing these events, I think I'm going to decide to try and use a teleportation spell to try and move us forward and try and catch up with the caravan.
I'm not going to end up with his legs, am I?
Oh my god. Okay, you attempt to teleport yourself and Tiny Pants over to the
Oh, not me,
caravan. Well, you're running behind it.
Whatever.
And unfortunately,
Oh god.
seeing as you got a natural 1, you end up splicing yourselves together, and you're now one being. You can't operate without one another. It's disgusting, really. You do manage to teleport yourself all the way to the city gates, funnily enough. So, but how are you going to deal with being attached to each other in such a horrific manner?
Well,
Penis to penis. Did I do
mine will
that?
probably fall off and it'll be fine. So
Sure, that'll be fine.
Oh, by the way, this may contain content inappropriate for children.
If you hadn't noticed that already. Yes.
So you've all arrived at the city gates, and they're pretty big and made of bronze. As seasoned adventurers as yourself know, bronze is terrible for weapons and gates. So the city looks pretty weak. The guards don't look too tough either, mostly green boys and old men. The army's out fighting in the disputed lands. They're called the disputed lands because they're disputed.
Okay.
Anyway,
Even now, that much out.
there's a little postern gate, and they're letting through people one at a time. What are you all going to do?
Well, can I approach the guard and
Well,
bring...
perhaps you'd let someone else go first this time.
No, wait.
Seeing as
You'll see.
You know, someone whose
you'll
specific
see.
position within the group is to talk to
Yeah,
people.
Dan. Okay, so Dan.
Okay, so Dan, has your penis fallen off already?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so
Just took a
Poor
bit
Will
off.
is trying to deal with the traumatisation of Dan's penis being
He's
attached to the end of
traumatised.
his
Tiny
penis.
Pants.
Tiny Pants, even. So, Tiny Pants, what are you going to do with these guys?
I've got a plan, Tiny Pants, if you want to hear it.
Okay, let's hear your plan.
Okay, so what my plan is that I break off a bit of you, and then I go up to the guards and say, "Oh, hey, Mr. Guardian Man. Look at the-
lot? You know I can hear you, right?
Hey, Mr. Guardian Man. Our friend here is a bit fallen off. He's all broken up, and we were just wondering if we could get safe passage into your beautiful city here."
I don't know you, but I like the look of you. And I like your little man as well, with his broken off penis. Of course you two can come in. Come here, you.
Can Gary Plasma try to kiss him
Um,
gently on the face?
The guard doesn't exactly push you away, but he leans away from it. He goes, "Oh, get in there, you dirty fellow." So you two have gotten into the city gates.
You don't mention you got 2 others with you then.
Nice teamwork, Tiny Pants.
Baggety, you're also there. What are you doing?
Well, obviously this is a major issue. Me and the nose are now stuck behind the city wall. So, have you got any plans for how we might get across?
Well, it could break our way in.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Smash
So
through the wall.
are you engaging the guards in combat?
We are.
Okay, cue Pokemon battle music. Okay, let's see. Well, since you're engaging him first, and let's say Robin can go first. Okay, he's going to attack him with your... What's your weapon?
Flail.
You hit him for a fair amount of damage. In fact, you hit him with so much force that like his arm comes off. It's pretty disgusting. Will, are you going to
Slummy.
do?
Well, I'm going to use my pitch staff of destiny, and I'm going to stab him in the stomach with it.
Stab him in the stomach.
Or try to, at least.
That's great use of your magic powers.
But at such close
Are you a
range.
mage?
So you hit him with the staff, and you can hear the snap of his neck as it breaks, and his head goes at an awkward angle. All the people in line are horrified. A couple of half-orcs pull out their weapons and threaten you with them. What are you doing?
What do we do, Will?
Can we go help
Can
them?
we take him?
No, you're already through the gate. You don't want to mess with that. Well, that'd be crazy. So if you have to
Yeah,
go,
you don't care about us.
We're safe.
I reckon we should
Don't
use.
care about your lovely enormous buttons.
We should use a combination. I should create some magical darts and pass them to Robin, which he can use his deadly accuracy with darts to eliminate all of the opposing forces.
Right.
Throw some magic darts at them.
First of all, I've got to create them first.
Okay, so you
I'm gonna roll for that.
no. Baggety is charging.
You need to give an in-depth description of what you're doing.
I'm
What do we
inserting
see?
magical
What do we
energy
see?
into the atoms
yeah.
of the air, and I'm converting them very slowly, though surely.
Do an impression of what you're saying.
Okay, the half-orcs look at each other for a second, and then pull out their clubs and promptly hit you on the head and knock you out.
Boogie!
What are you doing, whatever your name is? The nose? What's the nose doing?
Well, since he's already knocked out, I'm just gonna hit them with Adam Baggett.
With the Baggety man. Okay, you hit him with them. You hit them with him, in fact, would be a better description. And he just bounces off them because he's a light wizard. He doesn't really do anything. And they hit you with their clubs on about the body, and
Does my barrel shatter?
your barrel shatters.
No!
The bands of your barrel bounce away.
So you,
Decapitating a nearby rabbit.
so you wear a barrel as armour.
XP +2. You're pretty beat up, and Baggety's down. What are you doing? What are you going to do? This is a tough
I'm
situation.
just going to use the fact that I'm extremely short and run through their legs and through the gate.
Okay, as you run through, you're a bit too tall to run through their legs, and you headbutt them in the groin, wounding them for 10 points of damage, killing one of them.
What?
You kill him by headbutting him in the groin. It's pretty impressive. The other one's still up though, and you run through the gates. You slap the door shut, leaving
I thought you
poor
were going to
Baggety.
say slap Gary.
Poor Baggety outside on his own. As three of you are now through the gates, and Baggety's still unconscious, you turn to look at the surroundings. You see the city raises up onto a hill, with each level of the city being slightly lower down, so that archers would be able to fire down onto the suburbs as an enemy army invades. The buildings further up look to be made of coloured bricks, but the ones down here are generic sand-coloured. The buildings are fairly small. It's fairly muddy, and there's a couple of inns and a couple of shops, but they look fairly down market.
Okay, can I just first of all, can Gary Plasma apologise to his one true love?
Ah, you better.
Yeah, go on, let's have a bit of dialogue between them.
I'm so sorry, my desert flower. How can I ever make it up to you?
I don't know what the bloody hell you're talking about, just don't do it again. I could do with a drink.
Can I gently caress his muscled body?
Right. You draw a few looks, but the people of Samurkand are fairly easygoing. In fact, a few of them nod appreciatively. Tiny Pants.
Oh, obviously, while they're having this moment between them, I'm just sort of standing there awkwardly.
Standing.
I can really imagine that. Baggety, the other half-orc, he takes you round to one of the other gates and hands you over to the guards. The guards take you away. You're now in prison, not that any of you know that, so don't use that knowledge for any reason. So you've already split up your party in the first scenario.
Amazing.
So
Well, it's
congratulations.
going
What are you going to do? You see 3 roads leading off. One down the side of the wall, which seems to be only housing. There's one which heads up towards the centre of the city, towards the keep. And there's one which heads towards a market.
Hey, it's Frank the Nose Taylor, my one true love, my spouse, my...
Get on with it!
You look pretty broken up there. How about we go to the Menders?
Ah, yes, the nightclub in Samarkand. Excellent. Oh, do you mean the repair shop?
No,
the barrel repair shop.
I feel a boogie coming on.
Enough of that. So, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go, Cotton Eye Joe? You can go your separate ways. I'll deal with you all.
Okay, well...
You can literally do whatever you want.
We should probably find a Menders, Mr. Nose.
That sounds like a good idea.
Hey.
What do you think, Tiny Pants?
How much gold do we have? How much gold do we have between us?
You have 2. Gary Plasma has 133, and the Nose has 27.
Is that a lot or not?
You don't matter.
Baggety got his possessions taken from him.
Okay.
Because I was thinking we could go to the market and maybe get some more things.
Get me a new barrel.
Yeah, get a new barrel, just sort of.
So you want to go to the market?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to
Well, I
the
want to go to the
market.
market.
So
I
you're
don't know
all
about
3 of you
those.
going to the market.
Okay.
Okay, so this little piggy goes to market, and that little piggy stays at home. So you're in the market. There's several stores selling their wares. You notice that all the ones selling food seem a bit sparse, and all the apples are dried, and the melons are small. you notice a surplus amount of sausage in the vicinity, and a lot of meatballs, and a lot of vegetables, if you get my meaning. There's no melons, there's no pumpkins. There's not a lot of women around. There's a lot of men around, not a lot of women. You find that a bit odd. You find that a bit odd, right?
Okay, well...
Chris doesn't care.
What is Gary Plasma? What's his sexuality? What's he going for?
Well...
Considering he's married to a male, no.
I don't think we're married. I think we just have a sort of fling thing going on.
Tiny Pants, what about you?
My sexuality.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a choice.
Yeah, I don't, with my penis being removed and all, it's not really that important.
But you grow it back. You're like a starfish. We've already established this.
It's still attached to you.
yeah, but my point is that it will just fall off whenever I try anything, so there's...
Okay.
But are you inclined to women or men?
I'd say women, personally.
Well,
Okay, so you make note
I make note of
Well,
of the lack of females.
Can I pick up Tiny Pants McGee's severed penis and can I?
Isn't it embedded into your skin?
No, it's still attached to Baggety in prison.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's gotta be
don't
double.
panic, everyone.
Okay, well, can I just
Rip off
one of his fingers and just place it next to a sausage in a sausage vendor's place?
Right.
What?
I'll do a roll for
sue
that. You manage to sneak it onto the table, but the vendor then looks at you hopefully.
Okay, I go. Oh, hello, Mr. Vendor.
Hello, snacks and sausages.
How
How about this one?
He picks up the finger that you've already placed there.
Oh, delicious one.
He nibbles on it.
Oh, it's so. Right, can't bear that was so delicious. It was the best thing I've ever tasted. This is one of my sausages. Yeah, do you know what's going on?
Well, Mr. Sausage Vendor, that may or may not have just been a sausage you've just consumed.
All right then. Do you want one?
No,
So why'd you come to my stall, you flipping idiot?
I was just having a browse.
Browsing the sausages.
I was
You
browsing-
keep your hands away. I know your time. Get out of it.
Can Gary Plasma just pick up a sausage and just poke his face with that sausage and see what he
What
does?
would that achieve?
I want to engage this guy in combat.
With a sausage.
I just want to poke him to aggravate him.
He looks at you for a second and then pulls out his crossbow.
I don't think you want to do that, Sonny Jim, Sonny Jim, 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 Sonny Jim, 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 son.
Can Gary Plasma just back away slowly and drop the sausage?
On the floor.
Yeah, and go, I'm dropping the sausage. And then I'm just going to move away and then get behind my gnome barbarian spouse.
Do you crouch behind him? He's so short.
And I'm going to pick him
Quite
up and
proud.
hold him in front of my face.
Put me down, you.
The vendor lowers his crossbow and puts it down.
All right, just don't let it happen again.
And he then goes back to tempting people over. You find a carpenter's stall and head over to it. What are you gonna do?
You, sir, can you repair this barrel here?
I don't see why not. give it. Crikey, would you not prefer a new barrel?
No, this one's got special meaning to me.
I've got a very special offer at the moment. 1 barrel, 1 random piece of wood. Huh? He looks at you.
I'll take it.
Okay, you head round the back of the stall to the outfitters, because barrel wearing is very common in Samurkand. I don't know if you know that. Plasma, what are you going to do?
Can I sneakily follow him?
You're going to take a peek as he gets some dressed from his barrel.
Yeah.
Right, let's just do a roll for that. You stand there and watch him, but no one seems to notice you. Tiny Pants, how about you actually do something for once?
Okay. How about I go and...
Try someone who can reattach your limbs.
Yeah, go to like a magic-y person.
Yeah, maybe if I'm a starfish, I just grow them back. Well, I'm not a starfish. I'm like a starfish.
So
do something.
So you go into an aquarium.
Yeah, I'll go to an aquarium. Why not?
Okay, you head over to the Samurkand aquarium at the end of the street. It's pretty derelict, and most of the fish are floating upside down. But there's a couple of starfish there. They come over to you and they look at you with their
Well, you know, just get the feeling they're looking at you.
Pause.
You get the feeling they're looking at you and seem to have you feel a sense of companionship with these stuff.
Can Tiny Pants communicate with starfish?
He can't have a conversation, but he knows he can get his point across.
You can ask the way to the beach, that kind of thing.
Finally, Baggerty arrives at the prison. And what do you know, man? You're getting arrested for clubbing an orc. I can't even believe it.
I think you'll find that I wasn't the one that clubbed the orcs. I was just in the middle of casting a potentially harmless spell, and then I got hit on the head by an orc.
It seems good enough for me, man. You're out of here.
Yeah. Can I have all my stuff?
Not your gold.
That's fine, as long as I have my pitch staff of destiny.
What is your pitch staff destiny?
It's halfway between a pitchfork and a magical staff.
Why do you have a pitchfork?
Because I used to be a farmer.
Oh, okay.
Keep up.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, good luck. If I see you again, I'll break your head off.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
You walk out of the prison, which seems to be a small building, but you know already that it goes deep, deep, deep underground. You notice "You Are Here" map, and you notice
Mickey Mouse
you're in Adventureland, which is a good few miles from the gate you came from. You have no idea where everyone else is. What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna take the magical Disney train to Frontierland.
Seems reasonable. You hop aboard the Samurkand monorail, which is full of, yeah.
All right.
You hop aboard the Samurkand monorail. It's full of homeless people and people who look like Tiny Pants, full of leprosy and other debilitating diseases. You sit down on one of the piss-covered seats and rattle yourself away to Frontierland, which is the gate that the rest of your party came through. Oh, I love this barrel you're wearing. Oh, it's so good.
I've worn a barrel since I was a wee lad. I'm still pretty wee now.
Being small, it's easier to, suck penis.
Can Gary Platter at this point burst out from where he was hiding? Hey you, Mr. Puff-to-Face. Stay away from my spouse.
Oh, are you a couple? Oh, it's so nice. You with a half elf with your 10-foot pole and...
Can I just whack him with my pole?
For you, this is free.
Okay, can I just glare at him?
All right.
And then rest, I'll just rest my hand on his head and walk out.
Seems reasonable. Okay, so you exit the barrel shop and you look up and down the street. There's back the way you came, which is towards the gate, and the other end seems to go up towards the barracks and the aquarium where he's at. Did you tell the rest of your friends that you were going to the aquarium?
No, I just...
He's very irresponsible.
Okay, so what
Can't
are you
leave
going to
me
do?
alone.
There's a couple of inns down the road as well.
Go up for a drink.
Yeah, I fancy a drink, Mr. Nose.
I love how you're already manly and then you're ridiculously homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with that, children.
Anyway, we go off to the inn.
You head towards the inn. What are you doing, Tiny Pants?
Well, I'm attempting to commune with the starfish.
What sort of thing are you saying?
It's just sort of... ask if they like it in the aquarium.
What are you
Concerned
enjoying
about their
them?
welfare.
Yeah, might join.
No, I'll see if they didn't like it. I set
Do
them
you-
free. Smash the glass.
The starfish say... So what do you say to that?
Well,
Yeah.
from that I can obviously gather that they don't obviously enjoy it in the aquarium surrounded by dead fish. which I can't imagine would be very nice.
Do you want to look around and see who's looking after the aquarium?
Yeah, I'll go speak with the manager.
The manager is a fairly burly elf. He looks like a reasonable chap. You walk up to him and he says, "Oh, hey, you enjoying the aquarium?"
Well, to that I reply, "Oh no, I was concerned about your starfish. They don't look too happy."
Oh, don't worry about that now. We haven't got much funding in this aquarium. People aren't very interested during all these wars. But I do the best I can for these starfish. Regardless of the fact that I only get 5 gold every 6 months.
Well, obviously the welfare of these animals is very important to me, so I'd like to invest in this aquarium.
Oh, that'd be delightful, thank you.
So you're going to give you 2 gold?
No, 1 gold. 1 gold. I'm not giving him all my money.
Right.
You're going to give him 1 gold. Oh, so how much have you given me?
1 gold.
Oh! Well, that's very kind of you and all, but yeah, you do look like the kind of chap who needs a bit more gold than I do. You haven't even got any penis.
So is Dan walking around naked?
The first thing anyone notices about it.
I'm bandaged up.
He's got a large bandage around his willy.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lack of bandage around his willy. You look like you needed more than I do, so it's a very kind thought, but I'll look after these starfish the best I can, and when next time you come, I'll give you a nice cod to eat. Yeah? Isn't that nice? Okay, off you go now. He ushers you from the aquarium.
Okay, I'll go off to the inn for.
Well, you do see Gary Plasma in the nose walk into the inn.
I'll go catch up with them.
Okay. Baggety, you're on the train. A homeless Null comes up.
Have you got any money for me? I could really do with some money.
I'm sorry, I lost it all at the prison earlier.
Really? That would be unfortunate for you if you didn't have any money. If you know what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. It would be unfortunate for you if you didn't have any money to give me.
Can I conjure some money using my pitch staff? I'm asking the dungeon master now.
No.
Well, you can
That'd be illegal.
Can I-
Actually, no. Under the 7 rules of magic, money is one of the things you can't conjure.
My friend Gary Plasma, he's quite rich. I'm sure he'll give you some if you just go to the other end of the city. I'm sure he'll be there.
That's I know him well. He owes me a lot of money also. Let's just say, if I take one of your nice fingers, and then I look after it till you come back with all my money.
I do have a halfling's penis. You could have that.
Ooh, well, unlike most of the characters in this series, I'm not a homosexual, so I don't want it. You give me the money, or I'll shank you. With my shank.
I wasn't suggesting that you use this penis to have...
Fornications.
No, I was suggesting you eat it.
Oh,
Apparently halfling appendages do taste like good sausages.
okay, I'll take this then. And you can give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money.
I said I don't...
Give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money.
The train lamps flicker and die out. The train grinds to a halt with a hideous... The gnome pulled the emergency brake.
You give me money, or I swear to God, I will cut your throat.
Throw the penis at him.
I'm going to throw the penis at him, but I'm going to use my magical powers to ignite it into a penis fireball.
Jesus Christ! The flaming penis flies through the air, loops around the man, and takes him from behind, straight to the rear. The gnome unfortunately farted at that exact moment, and a huge fireball lights the carriage, killing him instantly, but also wounding you for 7 points of damage. You're pretty burnt up. You got
Serious.
2nd-degree burns on your face. It's horrible, but you seem relatively safe. The carriage starts to go again. You hear the dudum, 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 dudum. The next stop is Frontierland, so you're not too far off. But entering the inn is the rest of the team. You enter the inn. It's full of weird-looking fellows. Most races you haven't seen before. One of them's got a nose that's pushed up against its face. Another with an arse for a mouth. The background music goes a little something like this.
Or in massage leave.
What are you suggesting? I'm unoriginal.
No, it's good, Will.
Carry on.
It's really good.
A couple of people turn to look at you, but most of them ignore you and continue with their strange bickerings in a language you've never heard.
Well,
Let's have someone else go
yeah,
first.
go on.
I'll buy a drink, please, barkeep.
He turns to look at you. Yeah, what do you want?
I'll have a tub of your finest ale. A tub, not a tankard, not a bag. A bloody tub, because I'm a man.
Right, do you want an ice cream tub or a
Whatever. As long as it's got tub in the name, I'm happy.
A bathtub.
Yeah, he
Definitely.
He heads around the back, pulls out his bath, and begins to fill it with ale. What do you want? He turns to look at Plasma.
I'll look at him and I go, I just want some lovin'.
Ah, loving. Yes, I'll mix you up one right now. If he pulls out a lemon, a baguette, and a turnstile, and begins to mix it up in a shaker. Tiny Pants, you're going to try and you jump on a bar stool to look over. What are you going to say to Bum?
I was asking for a glass of tap water.
Yep, sounds like Dan.
He goes, it's a bit cheap, innit? Oh, fine then. He gets a tap of water, puts it down in front of you. It's the dirtiest water you've ever seen. It's basically mud. What are you going to do? You're going to confront him, or he's going to drink it like a little bitch?
I'm not going to drink it because I'm a little bitch. I'm going to drink it because it's not going to do much to me.
Okay.
I'm half dead anyways.
The one with the nasty for a face goes at you, and the one with the pulled up nose says, "My friend, doesn't like you."
Well, can I pull out my 10-foot rod and just poke him in his little arse face?
He smacks the rod away and says, the nose man doesn't attempt to interpret at all and just stares at you imploringly. I don't like you either. You better watch yourself. I'm wanted for murder on 12 star system.
Okay.
At this point, I'd just like to turn to the barkeeper and say, I should have mentioned before I downed this old bathtub of ale that I'm not actually willing to pay for anything.
The barkeep looks at you and goes,
Lads, it's one of them again.
every single person in the bar pulls out their weapons and points at you. You see crossbows, halberds, one of those weird things with a spike on the end. There's a lot of stuff pointing at you right now, all three of you.
I'm going to hide in the bath.
You jump in the bath, and
Turn upside down.
everyone's so amazed by the scene of this little man jumping into a bath. They just laugh, carry on. The music starts back up again, and the barman just sighs, turns away, back to making his loving. Tiny Pants, what? So you've just watched all this occur if you were listening. What are you doing?
I'm just sitting there drinking my water.
Why is he here?
The water damages you for... Oh my god!
You have to fight the water.
It damages you for 4 hit points. You're now on 1.
Oof, okay.
And poisoned.
I'll rush to the toilet then in an attempt to...
But everyone knows if you're poisoned, then every 4 steps you take a point of damage.
Yeah, you can't move. Otherwise you become unconscious. What are you doing? You're just going to run to the toilet. Okay,
How close is the toilet?
4.5 steps.
I'll attempt to get it to the toilet.
Okay, you run to the toilet, you open the cubicle door and become unconscious, your head lands in the toilet bowl and you start to drown. 1 point of damage for every, let's say, time I say. Plasma, you're next, right?
Can Gary Plasma walk over to where Tiny Pants had just fallen over, drag him out into the big open place where all the man with the arse for a face is, and can I just pick him up and throw him at him and say, I'm not finished with you, Sonny.
The man with an arse for a face is... and then shits everywhere. He covers you for a damage of 1 hit point. He finishes off Dan's hit point, meaning that he's on 0. Plasma.
I'm gonna bite him on the ear.
Right.
Do arse faces have ears?
You attempt to get close to him, but the stench is just so horrifying. You can't. The nose.
I'm gonna crawl.
Seeing as you don't have a nose.
I'm gonna abandon the other two, and I'm just gonna try and crawl out the door under the bath.
You sneak out perfectly, not a single person. No one seems to take note of the bath slowly moving out of the door. Everyone's too busy looking at the shit-covered Tiny Pants and Plasma. You're the one person who could have really done something because you don't have a nose and so it can damage him, but...
Unfortunately, I'm a git.
You've abandoned your lover. Plasma, what are you going to do? You're going to try and...
Okay, well, can I...
I've got a 10-foot pole.
Well, okay, so I'm going to break off one of Dan's appendages, one of Tiny Pants McGee's appendages.
Which one?
Has his penis grown back yet?
No.
Okay,
Go for a hand.
Okay, for a hand.
Pole.
Okay.
Tickle people with it.
I'll go for a hand. I'm going to curl the hand up into a fist. I'm going to throw it in the air and I'm going to hit it like with my 10-foot pole, like a baseball bat, and hopefully it's going to damage the arse face man.
Right, you hit it, and the hand, the two fingers of the hand go into the arse face man's mouth /
We didn't
anus.
see that one coming.
And he keels over, knocked out. Everyone else in the bar just goes, "Not again," and turns back to their drinks. The man with the squashed up nose just leaves because he's sick of all this crap. He can't take it anymore.
Literally.
He's sick of all the crap. So what are you going to do with unconscious Tiny Pants? You can take him to the healing centre.
I'm just going to pick him up by the
a
leg.
There's a healing centre opposite the inn, by the way.
Okay, I'm just going to pick him up by the leg, then it's going to fall off in my hand. So I'm gonna
you ask the barman for a bag, and you put all of Dan's various bits and pieces into it.
Yeah, so I put Tiny Pants in a bag, I'm going to pick up my lovin', and I'm just going to walk out.
You know, we're going to leave some money on the bar.
No, I'm just going to swear at him. I'm going to stick my middle finger up at him.
He can't be bothered to deal with it anymore.
Okay.
Just kills himself.
You leave. Where did you go after you left the inn?
I just hung around outside waiting for
Okay.
my lover to come.
So Gary Plasma comes out with the bag full of Tiny Pants, and what's your reaction to this?
Look in speechless awe.
Plasma?
I'm going to take him out of the bag and try and piece him back together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Well, the healing centre across the road's free.
Oh, okay. Well, then we should probably go there.
Okay. You start walking across the street. Back to Baggity. The train stops, and you hop out. You hear the words, "Mind the space between the platform and the carriage. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap." I'm hoping that someone will make a remix of all this. I'll be honest. You step out, and the station's fairly empty, but you're near the gate where you would have entered. What are you doing?
Well, with my burns from initiating the fireball
I forgot
penis,
about that.
I'm gonna head over to the healing centre and
Finally we get to meet back up.
I'm gonna try and get my grade 2 burns dealt with.
You head over to the healing centre, and let's just say you all meet at the door. What are you going to do? What are you all going to do? Apart from Dan, who's unconscious.
Gary Plasma's just going to sigh.
Go on.
Ugh.
It's a Gary Plasma side.
What's the nose going to do?
Finally come back, found us, have you? About bloody time. Should have seen all the crap we've been through. Literally.
Well, I've had a dick of a time.
Anyway, you enter the healing centre, and there's a woman behind a desk with a machine that looks a bit ominous, and a couple of people are standing around having a chat and some stairs. You can tell that the woman with the desk is the woman who would do the healing. What are you all going to do?
Is it from a white hat with a red cross on it?
Yeah, she's got a white hat with a red.
Well, I'm gonna go up to the lady that does the healing and ask her, "Can you heal me?"
Would you like me to heal your adventurers?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take them for a few moments. Do 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 do.
While they
Thank you. Your adventurers are fully healed. We hope to see you again. What a terrible thing to say in a hospital.
Yeah.
while they're doing that, can Gary Plasma walk up to the ominous machine and hit it with his 10-foot rod and go, "What kind of witchcraft is this?"
You hit it. It does basically nothing.
Oh, okay.
I won't have you damaging the machines.
Can I go over to the nose and say, "My dear, that machine over there is unnatural"?
It does a good job, that's all that matters.
It's a classic Northern darts player. Who knows? So you're all fully healed again. It's all worked out pretty well. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go into a corner, smash the ends off the bath, and turn it into a shield.
Okay, I'll do a roll for
Is
that.
Dan just okay with regaining consciousness and not having a clue what's going on?
Oh yeah,
Having his
Tiny
arms
Pants. What do you
reattached.
feel now that you're fully healed?
Confused and walking all over the place, smashing things wherever I go.
You're a halfling. What are you doing? Pushing over chairs?
Yeah, pushing over chairs. I don't know what's going on. Where am I?
The healing centre's guards come over to you and say, "Look, stop it. It's not funny. It's not clever. All right, stop it."
Can I
Stop it.
Can I walk up to the guard and say, "It's all right, Mr. Guardy Man, I'll handle this," and then kick him right in the face?
His head falls off.
The security guards turn to you and say, "Thanks. I mean, our job's a nightmare, and all these idiots do is make it harder. It's people like you who make life a lot easier for all of us."
Kicking people in the face.
Thank you so much.
It's all right, Mr. Guardman, and then I'll just lightly caress his buttock.
He responds well enough. He doesn't seem too interested either way. So all of you. So what's Baggety doing after being healed? What do you
Well, it's very relieving having your grade 2 burns just disappear as if by magic
Yeah.
or technology.
Well,
So
there is magic in this. So.
oh, it's very useful.
You're a
Well, I am a
magician.
magician.
So yeah, it is kind of
Well, I'm going to go and talk to my best friend in the group, the Nose, and see how he's doing.
We have friends.
I said he's my best friend. That doesn't mean that he's a good friend. It just means he's
It
slightly.
means that he's a friend.
It's all
That's what I
relative.
insinuated.
So,
Anyway,
how's it going?
It's alright.
So, what are you going to do with this bath?
I'm gonna hide behind it when things are running at me.
So,
It's the only thing a man can do. Hide.
sounds like a good enough plan. Do you want me to make it magical for you?
No, I don't trust you and your fancy magic.
Well, I did use a penis to burn someone alive.
Yeah,
Well, and
It's
that's
not-
meant to convince me that you're a normal bloke.
You want me to hit him with my pole, no?
I'm fine. Thanks, Gary.
okay. What are you all going to do? You're going to leave the healing centre? Or you're going to piss around in here for another 10 minutes?
Let's leave and have a gander.
You exit the healing centre and you look up and down the street. There's a couple of side alleyways which don't appear too inviting. So you look down the street. What are you going to do?
Should we...
Let's make
Yeah.
Tiny Pants
Go on,
decide.
go on, Tiny Pants.
I wasn't listening, what?
Oh, Dan! All you have to do is listen, for God's sake!
I was too busy. I was closing the curtains and looking back.
What
at I was
curtains?
thinking.
We're in Samurkand.
Okay, maybe the Nose can decide instead.
Do you want to go to the castle?
I think that's a good
Don't
idea.
castle.
There may be
Aye.
some magical books I can read.
What does Tiny Pants think?
He agrees with it.
And some limbs just fall off. He nods.
You are the epitome of subservience.
falls off.
We'll deal with that later.
He places it back on the wrong way round. Adds 3 to his armour class.
If you're happy, your tail was wagging.
He means penis. Actually, speaking of penis, what happened to Tiny Pants' penis?
Using Tiny Pants' penis, I was able to escape from a bit of a rowdy customer on the train. I kind of ignited it and using magic fired it up his arse and incinerated him, hence the burns.
Amazing.
You're as boring as you are in real life. You could make a really interesting character, but no. Had to pick basically yourself. Anyway,
Firing, burning penises up other people's
Left
arses.
into the child.
That's boring.
what if he could? Anyway, you walk up past the barracks and you hear a couple of people saying, "My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty."
What do you think we should do there?
The barracks is to your left, just a row of houses to your right. The castle's coming up.
Should we entertain them?
How?
Do a little dance.
Entertain the guards.
I can juggle bits of Dan.
And I've got a 10-foot pole, just saying.
Okay, what's your athletics ability?
7.
Oh, so you juggle parts of Dan expertly, his legs and arms and head flying around, and you finish with a flourish as all his body parts end up landing in the right place. You sit him next to you and it goes perfectly, except his bum literally falls off. Like his arse cheeks just fall from his body. What are you wearing, Tiny Pants?
I think I just held together with bandages mainly.
Is he wearing some tiny pants?
That might make sense.
Okay.
The guards clap and say, "Ah, yes, I used to be a juggler like you. I took an arrow to the hand." What's the nose doing?
Finishing his drink.
Ah, yes, there's nothing.
It's lovely.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, Plasma?
Can I go up to them and proffer them my cup of loving?
Ah, thanks. That's very kind of you.
What he doesn't know is that some of the poo that flew out from the arse man's face had mixed in with the loving juice.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier.
And I've actually just done an attack roll on him.
Sorry, is that an attack roll as in you rolled into him in a way that harms him, or you've rolled a dice?
No,
how much
well,
damage you've done to
from the
him
feces inside the cup of loving.
The guard turns a rather strange shade of maroon and runs away with his hand over his mouth, causing streams of vomit to fly out very forcefully. The other guard on the barracks laughs at him as he runs away, but he's still in a fairly good mood from the impressive juggling. What are you doing now?
So where are we trying? We're trying to get in the barracks. Is that it?
I thought we were trying to get to the castle.
Are these
Yeah,
what are these guards guarding?
These guards are guarding the barracks.
Okay, so I've got an ability called long jump. I think.
Do you?
Yeah, I think.
Not pole vault.
I could use my 10-foot pole to long jump. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Watch this, people, and then I'm gonna vault over them with my 10-foot pole. Try and get into the barracks.
What do you think your agility is?
10.
Wow! You perform a death-defying leap.
Death-defying.
A death-defying. It defies the deaf people standing around begging for money.
Dan's ears fall off.
You jump over him
and
and quickly jump inside the nearest room, which happens to be the armory, full of delicious weapons and armour and shit.
That doesn't mean eat them.
Shit, it's the arse man being there.
What are the three of you's reaction to seeing him pole vault? The guard says, what is your friend doing? Destruction magic, it's fine. Just don't burn down any villages.
We could try and teleport up there.
Oh no. I'll take the stairs, thank you very much.
But the guard won't let you pass. He's got his spear blocking him.
Kick him in the nuts.
But there's only one guard. It's just like,
So,
We could try a charm spell.
Oh dear.
right.
can't
Go
you just
on,
fight the guard?
It doesn't really do anything except give him a mild erection. he
Luckily, Gary Plasma's already left.
he says, "No, fuck off. I can't deal with this right now, alright? I've got some problems at home. My wife's ill. My children have been hung for starving. It's alright. Just fuck off." What,
Am I?
yeah, you're in the armory. What are you going to do?
Is that guy talking to me?
No, he's
No,
talking to the other three. You're in the armory.
Listen.
everyone else is outside.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, what can I do then?
Well, you're in the armory.
We'll just leave
Okay,
and hope that Gary
well-
comes back with some useful stuff.
I'll take.
We don't know he's in the armory though.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
We
so-
swap.
Well, we know he's in the barracks.
I suppose.
So I browse around the armory, and my eyes lock upon a set of nunchucks, which
Okay, there are nunchucks there.
which I take out, and I'm going to try and get back to them.
Okay, are you going to give him a practice go first?
Oh no.
No, I think I'll just improvise.
Okay. Seems reasonable enough to me. So you take only the nunchucks.
Out of the armory.
Out of the massive armory filled with 1,000 weapons. As you shut the door, you hear the bolt latch, and you realise that it's managed to lock itself from the inside, meaning no one can get in. You sneak past the guard who's still complaining about his pathetic life, and all four of you head around the corner for a little chat about what Gary Plasma got in the barracks.
Hey
So-
guys.
So where did you end up after your pole vault?
Well, I managed to enter a room full of shiny metal objects, and I found this, a foreign pleasuring device. And I hold up the nunchucks for them to see.
Sorry, what was it? An armory you ended up in?
A room of shiny metal objects.
And did you get us anything?
I found you this foreign pleasuring device.
Northern.
A foreign pleasuring device.
Sounds like a broken record. Right, so what are you four going to do? Perhaps Tiny Pants McGee could make a decision.
I reckon we should head to the castle, seeing as it's there.
I'd just like to sidle up to the guard and just sort of slip the nunchuck into his hand and wink at him.
I don't know what you want.
Maybe if you let us through to the barracks, I could give you this foreign pleasuring device.
How about you fuck off?
Okay then.
The guard resumes his post. So you're all agreed you're heading up to the castle?
Aye.
Yes.
Okay, as you head up the street, you notice that all the houses becoming a bit more interesting. People walking around the city are wearing fancy clothes, and it looks generally nicer. Although there are a couple of homeless people who look a bit down. You come up to the castle gates, and these ones are actually made of iron, which is, as we all know, a good metal for building weapons and such like. The guards say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
It is we, the adventurers four,
"Hello. What do you want?"
to get in.
I just want some lovin'.
Ah, loving. I have one of those back here. He handed you another one of the drink you had earlier. So you're just going to say, we want to get into the castle?
Well, I think I could use charisma.
Okay, tell me what you're going to say.
Hello, sir. That's a lovely sword you have there.
Thanks, it's my father's.
Okay, so have I charmed him now?
No.
Alright, then I'm just going to poke him in the eye.
Okay.
I'm a berserker and you've started more fights than me.
Well, let's be honest, he's the only one who started a fight. Okay, you poke him in the eye through his visor, and he screams like a big girl. And drops his sword on the ground, and is like clawing at it, going... The other guard draws his sword and moves to hit you, and he stabs you in the leg, and the blade goes straight through.
Ouchies!
The other guard has regained his footing with his sword. One of his eyes is closed, so he's got a bit less mobility. What are the rest of you got to do?
I'm going to strangle one of them with my flail.
Okay, that seems reasonable. You do fairly well, and you wrap the flail around him, and his face turns red, purple to black. The other guard is about to take you from behind, which you're used to after living with diaplasma for a few years. But well, what's Baggerty and Tiny Pants going to do?
Well, using my powers of sight, I notice that he's coming from behind us without even looking, and I'm going to try and cast a shield spell to protect myself and the nose. Not bothered about Tiny Pants.
A natural one. Well done. You end up shielding the man he's trying to strangle, and he pulls the flail away and throws it behind him, and performs a quick slice at the nose.
You bastard!
Slicing off a bit of his arm skin. It's horrible. What's Tiny Pants doing?
Realising that Baggerty has failed to shield the nose from the incoming attack from behind, I'm going to jump, brandishing my dart, to the guard coming from behind's face.
You actually do something useful and stab him right in the visor, and blood leaks from his visor. Oh, it's disgusting. There's blood everywhere.
As a group, we're very good at blinding people, aren't we?
Yeah.
Always go for the eyes. When you come across the enemies with no eyes, you're going to be in so much trouble. Anyway,
Spoilers.
Yeah.
That guard falls down dead, but the other one has Will's shield on him, which is improves his armour class by quite a bit. I think it's Plasma's turn. You're pretty damaged. Yeah. So what are you doing?
So is my leg still attached?
His sword has been through your leg.
Okay. Well, can I rip off Tiny Pants' leg and stick it back to mine?
It won't reach the ground.
No. You've got a hole in it. It's not.
I've got a hole in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Can I carve out a plug for my hole out of Tiny Pants? And
Probably a roll for that.
And then plug the hole in my leg with
What?
his leg.
Plug your hole with a bit of Tiny Pants.
It works fairly well, actually. Despite the fact that he's a halfling, you managed to choose the correct amount of flesh, which completely heals you back to full strength.
That's not how it works.
Although you do catch leprosy from it. I think it's the nose's turn. You've lost your weapon.
I'm going to clobber the bloke over the head with my barbed shield.
It bounces harmlessly off the shield that Will's cast, which is probably the strongest spell he's ever done in his life.
Typical.
I think it's Baggety's turn.
I reckon I'm going to try and dispel the spell which I've cast on the guy.
He rolls a 1 again.
6. I've decided you need a 12 at least, so you failed to dispel, in fact, make it a tiny little bit stronger. It's so embarrassing. You're such an unhelpful ally, for God's sake. The enemy soldier decides to go for Tiny Pants, since he has the trait Easy Target. Natural 20. He cleaves off poor Tiny Pants' head.
I did something useful with that life.
His body falls down, useless.
So he's down dead now. It's Tiny Pants dead.
Tiny Pants is effectively dead.
Brilliant.
You plasma?
I'm going to whack him with my 10-foot pole.
It bounces off the shield, negating it slightly, but still not done anything mildly useful.
For the sake of the team, I'm going to turn around and just whack Adam Baggerty over the head with the bar.
Right, so you've been instigated combat with Baggerty.
Oh.
You damage him for 6 points, meaning that he's on 9. I don't know whether he's learnt his lesson. We'll see now.
This is tricky. I'm going to cast an electroshock spell at the nose's lack of nose area.
Can Gary Plasma jump in the way, like a dive,
Okay,
and try and
I'll do a couple of rolls and then make up something in my mind whether it's worked or not.
and try and take it?
The spell goes towards the nose, but it's not going for his face, it's not going for like his arm. The spell hits the nose in his shield and shatters the bath in two, but it doesn't actually do any damage to him because Plasma's jumped in the way and taken some of the damage, so you're now on 12 hit points.
I've got no bloody shield, you pillock.
Guard's turn now.
Forgot about him.
He's just been watching in amazement as you three turn at each other, and he decides to go for Gary Plasma since he's the only one that's done anything useful for the last 20
Because I'm the
minutes.
rampant homosexual.
He seems to think that Baggerty is now on his side after all he's done to help him. So Adam is now on the guard's side. Let's do a quickie roll. You managed to dodge out of the way.
Have we got any clever tactics, or are we just going to whack him with our poles? I'm going to whack him with my pole.
Okay. It negates the rest of the shield. He's now vulnerable again.
Yeah.
The nose.
Can I kick him down the hill?
I don't see why not. Nope. you kick him in the shin and it hurts him for 2 points. He's on 7 now. Baggerty?
I'm going to freeze Gary Plasma.
Right. Freeze spell.
Really? No, because my lava lamp head, it's got to give me some resistance.
I'll do a roll for that as well. The freeze spell itself clasps Gary Plasma in its icy embrace, and his eyes have this pretty frostness about them, which I think they have anyway. Man, Chris. But Gary Plasma's hair melts some of the ice, meaning that he'll probably be alright next turn. Since Gary's frozen, Baggerty spell, it's up to the nose as the sole remaining fighter with his weapon disarmed. You could just surrender if you want.
Go for it. Give up. Run away.
You put your hands up.
Yep.
You surrender, and the guard says, "Do you yield?"
Oh, aye.
Right. Hands behind your head, fists between your knees, kiss your ass goodbye. He begins to drop the sword down onto your
I
head.
roll out the way.
Baggerty's reactionary turn.
Well, obviously, I've realised my wrongdoings. I've turned on my friends. I need to stop this. So I walk up to the guard that's about to kill Rob.
You walk up to him as he drops his sword.
I do an experimental teleportation spell to get me there.
These have always worked well.
Yeah, he's going to end up halfway through the
I attempt to stab him with my pitch staff of destiny.
Okay, the teleporting spell works pretty well, puts you right in front of him, and the stabbing, you only do 1 point of damage, but you manage to block the attack. Saving the nose. Plasma is frozen solid.
Is it just my hands that are frozen?
You're slowly melting.
Your head's visible because of the lava lamp.
Yeah, you can
turn and blink.
speak if you want.
Can I spit at the guard?
You spit at the guard, and since you have leprosy, you hit him in the face, and he gets leprosy. The nose.
I stand up and kick the guard in the crotch.
Can you reach his crotch? You're a little
It's
gnome in a
like
barrel.
a bicycle kick.
He can kick his height.
A bicycle kick.
You strike him definitely in the bollocks, and he goes, "Oh my God, I yield. Please, no more." Baggity.
I just stab him and end it all. We don't
keep him alive. He should be our little pet.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep him alive as a pet.
Okay, so you're restraining him.
Yeah.
Roll for restrain. Restrain succeeds.
Harry would know all about that.
So the guard is now Gary Plasma's bondage partner.
So am I unfrozen now?
Yes.
Okay. So we've still got Dan.
I'm
Dan's
dead.
body is on
Dan's
the ground.
you got
His
tiny.
head's inside the keep.
You've got Tiny Pants' little headless body on the floor.
Yeah.
Can I reach into the neck, pull out some lengths of guts, and can I tie them around the guard's neck as a sort of makeshift leash?
No.
Yes. You tie him up, and so even the halfling's guts are pretty long. You manage to hog tie him fairly well. Oh my God! The end of the sort of cat's cradle knot which you've perfected over your years of bondage, and every time he moves, he gets slightly tighter.
Nice.
The nose. You're going to pick up your weapon.
Yep, I'm going to grab my stuff and go off to look for Tiny Pants' head, I think.
Okay, so you walk up to the gate. Baggity.
I'm going to assist the nose in his endeavour to heal Dan.
Okay, you two can do this then. You reach the iron gate, and you knock on it, and it you can tell from the sound that it's fairly robust. What are you going to do?
Does the guard have a key?
You search the guard. You find a small dildo and a packet of fags.
What world is this?
The gate opens from the inside using a hydraulic system, which you find quite interesting. If only there's someone who could use magic.
Make the dildo the key.
Roll that. It works! You insert it in and turn it on. The doors go and slowly creak open with the sound of gushing water. The central plaza seems empty. You realise relatively you've come across barely any soldiers. The barracks is empty, only a few guards, green boys and old men.
Well, you did say they were all fighting in the wars.
I did, I'm just reminding you.
Thank you for listening.
Should we try and find the source of the gushing water?
No, I think we should try and find Tiny Pants' head.
Well,
Screw
we could
Tiny Pants.
we could split up.
Don't screw Tiny
Look for
Pants.
clues.
We could split up.
That's what the guard's
We
for.
could rescue Tiny Pants. You can try and satiate your desire to find the gushing water.
Okay, I'll find the
So
gushing
you split up.
I want to go off and find the
Yeah, we're
gushing
getting
water.
divorced.
Oh, that's so sad. So you're gushing water. You're looking for his head. What are you doing?
I'm looking for his head.
Okay, so let's say you two can go first. You walk into the centre of the square, and there's a large fountain, and you notice on the top, lodged in the pipe, is the head of Tiny Pants McGee.
We don't have to play a spot the difference minigame.
No. If only. So what are you two going to do?
Try and pull it out.
Okay.
Well, do you have your flail back?
Yes. What, you want me to smash it out?
Yep.
Well, how's that going to work?
Let's
It's
try it
going to
and
break
find out.
his head.
Okay, go and do that.
Sure, whatever.
You manage to knock it out, and the water spews forth again. You pick up the head and go off to reattach it to Tiny Pants' poor, distressed body. Meanwhile, Gary Plasma heads into the guard tower and finds the source of running water. Someone's left a tap on. Do you have the guard you had kept with you?
Yeah, I'm dragging him behind me. He's sort of leaving like a trail of
Gore.
of gore.
Intestine juices.
He says,
Well, you gagged him as well. With the intestines.
testicles.
Can I use him to plug the tap?
You could just turn it off.
Yeah.
No, I want to use him. I want to plug.
Okay,
I want to shove. I want to shove his.
Use guard on tap.
How big is the tap? How big is the width, the circumference?
About 2 centimetres.
Oh, okay. Then I'll shove his knob up the tap.
The guy goes. He begins to swell with water.
Inflates.
Yeah, it starts to inflate with water. What are you going to do? He goes,
I'm going to pull out a pin, which I keep with me, and I'm going to just poke him with it and see what happens.
I think that's your catchphrase so far. Poke him with it and see what happens.
where are you going to stab him?
Right in the arse cheek.
He explodes in gore, water, and Tiny McGee parts. It's just everywhere. And you're covered in it.
Can I pick up a bit of gore and just have a little lick of it?
You'll get leprosy again.
I've got enough leprosy.
You gain leprosy level 2. But you find it nourishing and it heals you for 3 points.
What?
I was curious. I didn't know what was
Chris, have
happening.
you considered therapy?
Where are you going to go now?
Well, is there still like a river of gushing water?
No, it's plugged with bits.
Okay. Or is there mud?
No.
So it's just completely dry.
Pumping all the
No,
balls.
No, it's covered in gore.
Okay. Well, can I slide down the hill on
What
the
hill?
gore? Well,
You're in a tower.
the
You're in a tower.
I'm in a tower.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I
Listen.
will fashion a parachute out of the gore, and I will jump out of the tower and see if I can land near the fountain.
Oh, it works. Yes. You land softly on the ground, and then with Dan's organ slung over your shoulder. The three of you are back. You're going to reunite the pieces of Tiny Pants McGee.
Okay.
We have to play Tetris now.
Let's shove it together.
But have you ever considered why we're actually putting that together? I mean, what has he contributed to our
I killed the
Well,
guard.
he hasn't helped the guard, Will.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I killed one guard.
Yeah, he killed the guard. You gave him a shield and it froze Gary Plasma.
Yeah. Would you freeze me? I've got beef with you, man.
Yeah, in fact, go on, confront him.
Okay.
Go on,
well,
do it.
I'm gonna pick up some gore. I'm gonna tie Adam Baggerty up with the gore.
Baggety, how are you going to
Well-
how are you going to resist?
I'm going to just charge everything around me with electrical energy and see if it does anything useful.
We should just...
So if I hog-tied him again.
Yeah.
I'm going to inflate him as well.
What? So are you going to reunite the pieces of Tiny Pants?
We should put him back together, but put him in the wrong place.
Okay, we'll try that.
So put his head on his arse and put,
So I'll be an arse
We'll
face.
reassemble Tiny Pants McGee incorrectly.
It works fairly well. His leg doesn't work properly, but he seems to
It
function.
doesn't matter because it's attached to his neck.
Tiny Pants. How do you react to waking up again? Are you a zombie? I think I should put zombie.
Well, at least he doesn't have to think of anything to say now.
So are you going to? So you just do you just groan?
Can I just clarify something? In my insides, because obviously they're around the keep, scattered around the keep.
Yeah, we'll just shove him back inside you.
Okay.
You're a
Fine.
starfish, those bits heal themselves.
Okay, mainly my main reaction would be to just vomit everywhere, just because.
Right, you vomit out of your ass because
Yeah.
of a very strange.
Yeah, what's happening?
digestive-
Does like my stomach connect to my ass, or like,
There's
Yes.
several things. I'm not going to go into detail.
It's like an infinite
I'm
loop.
confused by
Yeah, you're a one-man human centipede.
Don't bring that up.
Sorry.
Can we actually do so? Let's go get something accomplished.
Well, I
Listen,
can't.
go into the
Yeah,
bloody
I just
castle.
want to leave Adam Baggerty hog-tied near the fountain, and let's just
Oh.
Just let him float.
yeah, and just let him float.
So you three are going to go off into the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan's going to hop
Thank Christ.
into the castle.
The-
See the king.
The three of you head to the main door, open it, and you see the throne room. It's
Is that
ridiculous.
actually the throne room or the bathroom?
It's throne room. It's ridiculously large. There are huge pillars and skulls of manticores and chimeras. They're Greek mythological animals. And
Canaries.
and you see the king himself sat on the thing with only 4 guards around him, and they're just having a chat while the petitioner talks to him. What are you going to do?
Should we sort of use a sneaky guise to get past them?
Well,
Let's
You can.
let's make a
Go for it.
disguise.
Do you want to make a disguise?
Actually, I know. I'll roll you in your barrel across there, and see how they react.
Right.
Let's just roll.
What about the zombie?
I'll just hobble along beside, occasionally falling over.
Right.
Can't really move well.
Okay. Baggerty, do you want to try and escape your bombs?
I'm going to try and escape by unleashing a wave of fire energy this time, trying to incinerate the guts that are holding me in place.
Oh, it actually works for once. You burn away the gore and stand up with a vengeance. What are you going to do?
I'm going to run away out of the castle and go solo for a bit.
Are we now going to be playing PvP Dungeons and Dragons?
Apparently, it's not my fault. The king notices you and says, "Stop, idiots! It is I, good King Wensleydale. I have heard of you, half-elf, barrel gnome and zombie halfling. You've been pissing round my kingdom for too long. Guards, arrest them!"
I go, no, 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 good King Wensleydale. We have brought you a barrel full of wine.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, barrel of wine. Where's the gnome? Where is he?
The gnome is out questing.
No, I'm not.
Shut up.
What was that?
That was Nout.
Oh, right.
It certainly weren't a gnome voice coming from inside the barrel of wine.
Alright then. I really wanted to meet the chap. I'm very good at darts. I mean, I'm probably the best darts player in all of Samurkand. Come closer, but not the zombie halfling. He frightens me.
Let's move closer.
Right.
I'll keep my distance, respecting the king's requests.
Baggety, you start to walk down the main street, and you noticed fires and shouts in the distance. You can't really determine what it is. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to run up and try and determine what it is.
Okay, you start running up. The king. So let's have a look at this wine then, shall we?
Well, I burst out of the barrel.
Shit!
And challenging the
Shit, son!
Right, you, I challenge you to a game of darts.
Wonderful! Jerry, bring me the board. A servant comes up and sticks a very fine dartboard on the wall.
Oh, not the dart.
Not to Tiny Pants.
Pants.
To Tiny Pants. Gary Plasma, how are you going to react to this dart game? There's guards around, you can talk to them. There's a guy which looks like a bit like a general, he's got a plume on his helmet.
Okay, I'm going to go talk to the general.
Okay. Hello, it's great to meet you. I am General Octavius. Octavius, pleasure to meet you, sir. He
Hello.
holds out his hand.
Can I grasp his hand hardly?
Hardly?
Hard.
You mean hardly or hard?
Hard. I'm going to grasp that hand and just crush it.
You got a bit of a hold on you. I like a man with a firm grasp, if you know what I mean.
No, not again.
Can I pull out my nunchucks and just wink at him?
With a man like you on the battlefield.
No, my good sir. This is in fact a foreign pleasuring device.
I don't believe it. I saw one of those in Nam. But you don't know, you weren't there. Tiny Pants, are you going to do anything in your life?
Because of the darts match, I have to have my dart on me, so I'm going to give it to the nose in the hope that he will triumph in this match.
How do you react to that, nose?
Well, it's very good of you, but I still only got one and he's got three.
Okay. My turn.
You're going to roll out of 180.
Oh my god, I might. The king scores treble 16. Your turn.
Hang on. Right, well, I just throw it then, because that's kind of how darts works, Will.
You score a 12.
So it's been a long time since I've played.
Me too. I haven't actually played in 60
Oh, shut up, you
I haven't
daft
actually played in
fucker.
62 years. He throws a treble 20. You're not very good, are you?
Well, it don't help that I've only got one dart.
You go back and retrieve the dart and throw it again. You get a bullseye. Yay.
Well,
Not really, actually.
no.
You get it anyway. What's your reaction to that?
Better than last time.
Bloody good, I'm sure. Back to Baggety. You're running up the street, and you see all the townsfolk running away into shop doors, and you run up and you see a ridiculously large army. They've broken down the gates, and a group of knights are riding down the street. You don't really have time to react until at least 20 have got past you.
What I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and kill all of the villagers with a fire spell, because hopefully, by chance, that will end up killing all the troopers instead.
It's going to roll that.
What,
20.
because you're such a bad magician, you're going to try and do...
Well, you think you've got more chance of failing than
So
succeeding?
so you're hoping that you'll fail so that you hurt the other people.
Yes.
The fire spell spews out in some fiery tendrils, hitting all the villagers around and incinerating them into dust instantly. A couple of the knights stop, cheer you on and say, "You're exactly the kind of man we need in the Red Army." They pull out a motivational poster. How do you want to help your country?
That motivational poster is very convincing. I'm going to join the Red Army, I think.
You mount up on a horse they give you because they're so trusting of you. You begin riding up to the keep as well. You three are completely unaware of this. The dart. Let's finish off the darts
I'm
game.
concentrating. I'm getting ready. The nose throws the dart and gets...
A treble 20. The king throws and oh my god, and the dart flies past the dartboard, sticking into Tiny Pants McGee.
Why was I standing behind the dartboard?
Because you're an idiot.
Well, it was a trick throw, to be honest. It glanced off one of the skulls, it fell down, landed on your head.
Well, landed on my arse, actually.
You don't want to continue a conversation with the general? Well, I like a man like you. We could use you in the Blue Army. The couple of guards pull out a motivational poster. How do you want to join the Blue Army and help your country?
Ooh, that sounds nice. Can I wear a bow tie?
You can wear whatever you damn well want. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Then I'll sign right up.
Okay, brilliant. He pulls out a massive list, and literally all of them but 20 have little red crosses next to them.
I go, what do these little red crosses mean, sir?
They mean that these men have become martyrs for their great cause.
What's a martyr?
It's a man who wins.
Ooh, I do enjoy winning.
That you do. And you sign up right here.
And Gary Plasma writes his name, and you look down and see that I've just drawn a penis.
What's Tiny Pants doing?
Does the dart damage me at all?
Sure, why not? In fact, you're technically dead, so I guess you're on -1. Once you hit 10, you come back to life. -10 even. Healing now damages you.
Okay.
Damaging you now heals you.
Because of the dart damaging me, I'm gonna hop off down to try and find a medical centre.
Roll off.
Yeah.
The dart just healed you.
What? No, it didn't. It took me down.
Yeah, down means back up for you now, you're undead.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you went to a medical centre, you'd get killed. You idiots! Did you not listen to me?
Just let him go. Just let him go to the medical centre.
I'm going to go and nail myself to the dartboard.
The king is brilliant game. I wasn't expecting to win. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Great to play with you. You're a great hero of mine, Frank. May I call you Frank?
No.
Okay, thank
Last bloke who called me Frank, I gouged his eyes out with a stick.
you. Okay, may I call you Mr. Taylor?
That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. It's been wonderful. Suddenly, you hear a great smashing, and the doors of the throne room burst open, with the knights of the Red Army rushing in and shouting, "Surrender now, or prepare to fight." Red Army, that's right. And they push Adam Baggerty forward in his new Red Army armour. All right, Mr. Gary Plasma. What should I call you? Mr. Penis. It's time for you to get forward. And he sticks a quick blue bib over your head and pushes you forward.
I thought you said I'd get a bow tie.
You'll get one when you damn well win.
Okay, so Gary Plasma is going to pick up Frank the Nose Taylor in his barrel and roll him towards Adam Baggerty, see if he can trip him up, much like bowling.
I thought I was on a horse.
See if you
I
can trip
know
up.
that you've dismounted again.
Okay.
You can't ride a horse into a building.
Yes, you
Yes,
can!
you
It trips him over for a second, allowing you to make the first attack, if you want to.
Well, no, I don't think I'm going to attack him. I think I'm just going to...
Oh, sure, thanks for just rolling me into the middle of the other army.
So the Blue Army's now captured Frank the Nose Taylor and holding him down with a sword across his throat.
I think I'm just going to go, we can work it out.
Is this a charisma roll?
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Kill the blues! Kill the blues!
Then I'll pole vault into the fray.
Okay.
A superb military technique.
It fails drastically and your pole snaps. After all the wear and tear that it's had in the past few hours. The pole snaps and you land on your back. Tiny Pants, you were heading back towards the throne.
He nailed himself to the dartboard.
So you're immobilised.
No, because I can strip my hands off.
Alright, okay.
What I'm going to do is propel myself with all my force off the dartboard, and then in an attempt to dissuade our attackers, I'm just going to splurge feces everywhere. Just everywhere. What? It's the answer to everything in this is feces.
Okay, so you do succeed in getting down, but unfortunately you actually bring the dartboard with you, and it lands on you, and you're stuck, face down on the ground.
But it heals me.
It does heal you slightly. Yes, well done.
-2.
Baggerty doing after seeing this shambles?
I'm going to try and use a telekinesis spell to pick up Gary Plasma a fragment of his pole, put the pole through Gary Plasma and attach him to the back of the throne.
You do succeed in picking up the pole. You do succeed stabbing straight through Gary Plasma. Only through
The kidney.
the kidney. It's not fatal.
Ooh, I've been penetrated.
And you do succeed in pressing him to the throne. You're now useless with you're stuck. And the leader of the Red Army comes forward and says, "We are sick of your blue army. You piss us off. Surrender, you pathetic worms."
Help! I need somebody.
Tiny Pants gets terrified because he thinks that it's his body you need. Let's have a bit of NPC. We will find you on the beaches, and in the hills, and in the streets, and in the throne room. I know this isn't his speech. We will never surrender. The king goes, "We surrender." "I'll fuck you then." He throws his weapon down, defeated. You see at the back of the throne room a man in a turquoise hat with sparkles on it frown and leave.